Alright, and a very warm welcome to everybody watching here tonight again in RPM Esports F1 Season 2 Low Gear Division. I am your commentator, always Rick 2, sorry. And we are round 7 England with a sprint qualifying, first one in our calendar. I am welcomed by my co-coms Luke VDM. How are you, mate?
Hello guys, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty well. So, first sprint qualifying in RPM calendar season. How are your thoughts on this one?
Personally, I am really excited to see what it brings because it's a new format, so always excited about that.
Yeah, for sure. And the grid will be reverse championship standing, so the championship leader will be in the back of the grid. As you see, the lights already going on, and there we go for the
There we go.
sprint race already.
It's quick.
And yeah, no, didn't have time to set up the spectators menu yet, but it looks like a really good start for the most of them. I see some carbon firing in the back.
Haas backwards.
And
Galar.
it does look like Rosebeertje has the best start
McLaren.
of...
It's gone.
Oh, and there's some carnage in the back. Yeah, there is some carnage in the back. And it's RPM Spritzy who spun around and multiple cars hit him. And I think also his teammate, oh yeah, there we can see another few cars standing on the grid. Galar is out and Spivey is still driving, but has a lot of damage. So there we go for a sprint qualifying.
Cosmo lost his wing, so he will be going to the back of the grid, I think, for the sprint, for the real qualifying. Jones into P9 already, our championship leader, from the back of the grid.
Yeah, he had a really good start at the sprint qualifying here in lap 1, but we did see a lot of carnage in the back and a lot of people will be disappointed with that one. Question is, which cars are all the unlucky ones? Matt Johnson seems to be fine for the moment, so does Spring. Cosmo and Spritzy definitely have some damage. And so does the Maverick and Spivey.
So we see some damaged cars already. And Rosebeertje got a really good start, I think, from P1 already. He gained one position, it seems like, but he got a good gap, so now he needs to stay in P1 and he will get the pole position for the main race.
And we did see all the cars on the soft tires, as we couldn't see that when the grid formed up. But yeah, soft tires for the most for all of the cars on the grid at the moment, and RPM Westie is in the moment with the biggest fight in the pack, and that's actually in the middle of it. We got Mighty Frax and Pucky even fighting together.
Big fight for P2 at the moment. Rusty Olken is past. Buglavinko is still on the outside, but he has his position, so he could maybe try and look at pole position there. Still a long gap way to go, but
oh, this is a battle going into Maggots and Baggots as well. And behind these cars for P2 position is still a big train of cars battling it out on the back straight of Silverstone. Jones going for the move on Gui here, but he doesn't have the pace yet.
and we see some guys have picked up penalties.
Oh.
This will come into play at the end, I think. As we see, Uglar has lost 2 positions at the final corner, but now DRS is activated, so maybe see some moves. I'll just try and see if we see some position changes. The biggest winner is Jones with 8. Rusty Olken has won 5 positions, so he has done as well, good as well.
Jones
Same for
here.
Matt Johnson and Spring.
Oh, Jones made the move on Gui there, but couldn't keep it straight and had some wheel spin in the back, almost spun around. And in front of him, it's the Mighty Frax making a move towards Netty. No, it's Netty towards the Mighty Frax, where we've seen early in the lap that the 2 Red Bulls in the last corner may have had a bit of contact going side by side into the second to last corner.
Westy has lost out some positions, I think. He was in P10, but now P12. Didn't catch that, so could have lost some positions. As you see, Rusty Orkan is creating some gap to Routine, but not really catching the car ahead at the moment.
And,
Small DRS train is forming.
Rosebeach must be very happy with his start. He started off in P1 and is still leading it with 2-second gap. Well, Rusty Oil Can is under a big pressure of Roachins here. And there goes Neddy for the move on Uglar. And he's up to P5 now.
Oh, Oglar went a bit wide there, and I think he lost even more positions. Watch out, joining.
He may have some damage.
Jones. On the
and
outside.
He does have some damage.
Oh, yes. Jones spins.
Oh, Jones spun and he took out Gooey with him.
Oh, and he crashed to Matt Johnson as well. Ah, Jones. Our championship leader.
Brian, I know you thought it was 25%, but all the excitement in the 5-lapper is already here. What an actions on the track, and what an unlucky moment for a lot of cars here.
And Jones right now, he will drop back to the back again. So, oh, Big Puggy is out.
Oh yeah, and that's on the exit.
But he was in P5, so he will be very disappointed with that, as we see Matt Johnson overtaking.
Jones having no wing at all. Now getting overtaken by Spritzy, and there comes the Maverick as well. And our championship leader is really losing out on this sprint qualifying. He may hope for a really good race here.
Yes, I think we saw Sprinker spun on the first lap, and now he's in P6. So I think even though it's 5 laps, it shows that these sprint races can go anywhere.
They really can go anywhere.
Rosebeertje is only needing a half a lap for his pole position at the moment.
Maverick doing a really good job on the pressure on Spritzy. Well, we are indeed in the last lap already.
I see Colin asking if we got points. I don't think we got points for the sprint.
No, we don't aware any points on the sprint qualifying. But so far I'm enjoying it. A lot of fun moments and a lot of action going on.
The battle will be maybe on for P2, Rusty Orkan and Rauchins at the moment. Question is, can Rauchins keep him behind? But Rusty Orkan does have DRS, so...
Here he comes. In the last lap. And it's a move done.
Oh, Spritz has DNF'd.
Oh, and that's on the entry of Baggett's and Baggett's.
But we got a pole sitter here in the first sprint qualifying ever. Rosebeertje takes P1 in the sprint qualifying. Rusty Orkan is in P2.
P2, yeah, indeed. And then we got Rogens on P3. So Ferrari looking good for the moment. Then we got Neddy in his one of his first races in RPM, I believe. Not sure, to be honest. On P4, second race. He's on P4. We got Sprink, who's currently in P3 of the championship on P5. Then the Mighty Frax, after a long injury in real life, he is back on track and he takes P6 in the sprint qualifying. We've got Matt Johnston on P7. He will be looking for a good race as he is attacking the Aston Martins on the championship lead, and both Astons, well, one of them isn't in the lobby and the other one is on P13, so he needs to skip a whole grid to get close. And we've got Uglard on P8, Maverick on P9, Westy on P10 with 2 Ferraris in the top 10 then, and so Alfa Romeos did a really good job as well. Gooey on P11, Cosmo on P12 as he was in the carnage of the first lap. Jones on P13 and Spivey in P14. We got Spritzy, Buggy and Galar, who unfortunately didn't finish the sprint qualifying. Right, boys, we're gonna have one last look at the quali grid and the starting grid of the full race. As we see the podium here. And then we're gonna get back to you in a sec after we watch this. So our pole sitter is Roosbeertje, and let's hope for him he will have a good race. See you guys back in a second, where we are gonna do the full race here on Silverzone round 7 low gear in RPM Esports F1.